Hello, and welcome to JNG 254 channel. Remember to subscribe for amazing content. In our today's segment, let's look at the life of Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King Jr. was a beacon of hope and an unwavering champion of civil rights and social justice. Born on January 15, 1929, in Atlanta, Georgia, his life's journey would come to symbolize the struggle for racial equality and the enduring power of nonviolent protest. Growing up in the racially segregated South, King experienced firsthand the injustice and inequality that Black Americans faced daily. His early encounters with racism and discrimination planted the seeds of his lifelong commitment to change. After completing his education, King went on to become a Baptist minister, blending his faith with a belief in the principles of justice and equality.
The Negro still is not free. 100 years later, the life of the Negro is still sadly crippled by the manacles of segregation and the chains of discrimination. 100 years later, the Negro lives on a lonely island of poverty in the midst of a vast ocean of material prosperity.
King's rise to prominence came in 1955 during the Montgomery bus boycott, a year-long protest sparked by Rosa Parks' refusal to give up her bus seat to a white person. King's leadership and eloquence shone through as he advocated for nonviolent resistance to segregation. The boycott ultimately led to the desegregation of Montgomery's buses and established King as a prominent civil rights leader. Throughout the 1950s and 1960s, Martin Luther King Jr. led and inspired a series of marches, protests, and demonstrations aimed at dismantling the entrenched system of racial discrimination in America.
Let me say, as I've always said, and I will always continue to say, that riots are socially destructive and self-defeating. I'm still convinced that nonviolence is the most potent weapon available to oppress people in their struggle for freedom and justice. I feel that violence will only create more social problems than they will solve. That in a real sense it is impractical for the Negro to even think of mounting a violent revolution in the United States. So I will continue to condemn riots and continue to say to my brothers and sisters that this is not the way. Continue to affirm that there is another way. But at the same time, it is as necessary for me to be as vigorous in condemning the conditions which cause persons to feel that they must engage in riotous activities as it is for me to condemn riots.
His commitment to nonviolence was unwavering, even in the face of violence and adversity. Perhaps the most iconic moment in King's life came on August 28, 1963, during the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom. Standing before a diverse crowd of 250,000 people at the Lincoln Memorial, he delivered his famous "I Have a Dream" speech.
So even though we face the difficulties of today and tomorrow, I still have a dream. It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream.
In those powerful words, he envisioned a future where individuals would be judged by the content of their character, not the color of their skin. It was a vision of equality, unity, and justice that resonated with people not just in America, but around the world. King's tireless activism and moral authority played a pivotal role in the passage of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and the Voting Rights Act of 1965. These legislative milestones marked significant progress in the struggle for civil rights, and they were a testament to the power of peaceful protest and the enduring impact of King's leadership. Tragically, Martin Luther King Jr.'s life was cut short when he was assassinated on April 4, 1968, in Memphis, Tennessee. His death was a devastating loss, but his legacy lives on. His name and his dream continue to inspire people of all backgrounds to work for justice, equality, and a better world. Martin Luther King Jr. was more than just a civil rights leader. He was a symbol of hope, a voice for the voiceless, and a beacon of light in the darkest of times. His legacy serves as a reminder that change is possible, and that, as he famously said, the arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends toward justice. Thank you for watching. See you on the next one.